The Tom London Show is brought to you by Suzuki Rivonia, the home of happy customers.
The Tom London Show.
Almost.
Thank you very much.
So how's it? Alistair and Tonya here. I'm so happy today. I'm a happy boy. I'm happy
we got
because
the whole team together today.
we got the whole team together today. You're right. That's what makes me happy. Oh, man, I'm so happy. I feel like rapping.
Welcome back, Tonya.
The other day around the way, I saw you, LA, at the party. You were acting kind of stranger. You were acting kind of smart. He went up to the sky. I said, do you want to dance? He took you for a ride and began the romance. Boom. I don't know.
That's not bad.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Right.
It came out. Yeah.
No more visiting radio stations if that's how you're going to react.
No, it wasn't the radio station that did that to me. It was the caffeine in the Coca-Cola.
And because you feel good.
I feel good.
Yeah.
You know what? We got a guest today. We're getting more and more guests on the show. Isn't that nice? We're going to be
Nice.
talking to Johan Botha in just a couple of minutes. Johan is an author and a life coach. He helps you figure out who you need to be for you, the best you. I makes so much sense to me. I can't wait to talk to him. Just a few minutes. Johan Botha joins us out of Bloemfontein. That's our first guest out of Bloem, hey? We've never had anyone from Bloem on the show.
Wow.
Quite
No,
right.
we haven't.
Naval Hill, reporting for duty.
Hey, stop.
There we go. Alistair's doing his bit. He's the only one amongst us that's been to the army, Tonya. He actually knows how to salute. The two of us, we haven't got a clue. Anyway,
I'm very glad about that.
So, yeah, we're all back together. Tonya, how are you? We've missed you. Everyone
Yeah, I'm all right.
can't do a show
all right.
without you, and people go,
No,
well,
you're
the
so
comment
precious.
section is just, where's Tonya?
It's very precious. You know, I read them and some people are like, oh, she's too busy for us. And I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not too busy for the Tom London Show ever. I've had a lot going on. And some of it's not so cool.
I know.
My mom's had a cancer diagnosis. And so I've been running around and we've been trying to take next steps on that journey.
Yeah.
But we're at the right place to have that journey, aren't we?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you and I have been chatting daily, and the news came a few days back, and it was a big shock. But then the shock passes, and then everyone goes, all right, so what do we do now? And so I'm glad you're back on the show, because I said you take as much time as you want. I thought Tonya would be gone for weeks, but she's back here. So
Well, I even stopped writing my weekly column for 2 weeks in a row, so you must know.
I know, but here you are. Here you are. Round of applause. Walter Vredenstein, op voor je mevrouw. Yeah.
If Tonya's not writing a weekly column, then it's serious.
No, that's right. So, yeah, Mrs. Curry unfortunately got just a nasty diagnosis a week or so ago. And I was chatting to Tonya the other day, just weekend sometime, and she said, Tom, can we do prayers for Mrs. Curry, for my mom? And I said, well, you don't even have to ask. So I know a lot of people on the show have very strong faith, and we saw that with Ginna Lee and Ginna Lee's journey and how so many people prayed for Ginna Lee. And those who aren't believers sent good wishes and thought about her. And so I'm going to ask you, if you've just joined us, and as you join us today, could you just pass on a prayer or a comment for Deirdre Curry, Mrs. Curry, so that she gets all the good energy and love that she can receive on her journey. And she's a fighter, so we expect her to put up one heck of a fight, yeah? And yeah, it's, it's early days on these things. I mean, we all know.
Well, just take a look at the daughter she produced.
Well, and I got to tell you that Mrs. Curry, as strong as Tonya is, Mrs. Curry made a cast iron. She's like,
She is.
really is.
She
So
certainly is.
I'm not too worried about her, but
That's
understandably
why I
it
say,
is.
look
Yeah.
at the daughter she produced. She produced a
That's right.
corker.
All right, another drum roll for you. Okay. He had to mention
Thank
that
you
twice.
very
Did
much.
you see that?
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Anyway,
Thank you very much.
so yeah, prayers for Mrs. Curry, please, in the comment
Please.
section, and as you go about your daily life and your thoughts, it would be appreciated,
Thank
of course.
you.
Okay,
She's a very special lady. She deserves all the love in the world.
couldn't agree more. So let's check in with Alistair now and see how he's doing. How's Primrose Hill? Are the Zummers blowing you up, or you doing okay?
We've had a couple of nights of gunfights, yes.
Okay. Just, yeah.
No
Come to
explosions.
think of it, nothing's changed in Germiston for 30 or 40 years. It's just the people.
No, the only difference is the people who are doing the shooting.
That's right. It used to be the Breckers, and now it's the Zummers.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you haven't been blown up. Your room hasn't lifted. You haven't felt the earth move for
No.
seven days.
Haven't felt the earth move for a couple of days.
Really? Oh, that's impressive. You, Tonya? I say nothing. I spoke about my promise to. I spoke about my promise to God on the show the other day, and that should tell you everything. Anyway, shall we go through the comment section? I'd like to go through the comment
why
section.
not?
Drop us a comment and say how's it to us, and we will read your comments out. And if you've got a question or a comment you'd like to put to Johan Botha, our guest, in just a moment, then pop that in the comment section and you'll know I'll read that comment out. Gail Mortensen is on board. She's there every show. I don't think Gail has ever missed a show. We need to make badges for people like Gail. Marlene Falkenberg, same. Hello, everyone, on this cold day. It is chilly in Joburg today. I had a beanie on until a few minutes ago.
Chilly in Durban,
No,
guys.
man, 20 degrees is when
Long
you... Yeah, that's it.
sleeve.
It's just chilled down to 25 degrees, and the Durbanites are putting on their polar expedition clothes. Heather Knickelbein says, good afternoon to the dysfunctional team at Tom's Army. Nikki Hart's on board. How's it, everybody? Marlene Falkenberg says, so sorry to hear about your mom, Tonya. Wishing her well. Moira
will
LaRue
be
says,
sometime.
hi, Tom. Been missing you. Hello. Moira, I've been missing you too. Every day I think, man, I miss Moira LaRue. And here you are. Yay. Thank you very much. May Wilsnach says, sorry to hear about your mom, Tonya. Una says, hello, everyone. Sorry to hear about your mom, Tonya. Karen Elvis says, Tonya, welcome back. We've missed you. Wishing your mom all the best on her road to recovery. And that's what we're going to call this, her road to recovery. Pat Sunkel says, thoughts and prayers. Sharon Nelson says, prayer for you. Gail Mortensen says, we'll add Deirdre Curry to my daily prayer list.
Thank you.
Nikki Hart
Gail's
says,
prayer
hold
list
on.
is the one
Now that I'm talking, Nikki Hart says, I'm running through the comments. Wait,
I'm commenting on that comment.
All right, hold on. Stop the press. Yes, Alistair.
Oh, hello. I'm just saying, Gail Morton said you must see her prayer list. It's longer than a shopping list.
How do you know this? You're the atheist on the show.
Because I'll be talking to Gail.
Oh, you've been talking to Gail?
Yeah,
How many of our listeners do you talk to?
quite a few.
Quite a few. How many do you think, Tonya? All of them? Eh?
I think they're all the female ones, yeah.
Well, do we have anything else?
There are some men. They're the quiet ones.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go on?
They're
With,
the quiet
can I go on with
ones.
the okay?
Get on with your job there, Tom, from London. Go on.
Nikki Hart says, strength to you, Tom. Best wishes and love to you and your mom, Tonya. Mandy Wilson, she's the disciplinarian. She keeps us in line on the show, says, just arrived. Not sure of the details, but sending lots of love and prayers to Tonya. Sonette Oosterhuizen, good day, says Sonette. Good day, Sonette. Sonette, sorry. Helen Mitvash says, hello, everybody. Welcome back, Tonya. We've missed you. Sonette Oosterhuizen is out of Pretoria, where all the beautiful women are. The most beautiful. You walk through the Grove Mall in Pretoria, in 10 seconds, you see 10 Miss South Africas. Or potentials. You know what I mean? I was blown away. Pretoria beauty. It's not a joke. Heather Nickelbein says, Tonya, I'm praying for your mom. God is in control, my friend.
Thank you.
Emily Hudson says, hello, my precious
course.
people. Yay, Tonya is back. So sorry to hear about your mom, Tonya, and your mom will be in my prayers.
Okay.
Baby hearts. Margaret Guider, the Guider counter, is on board. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Deirdre Curry, Tonya wishing you strength during this difficult time. Anita number one says,
Amazing.
hello, my dysfunctionals. We missed you, Tonya.
Sure.
Mick Diedrich says, hello there, Tom and everyone. Nice to see you. Mallory Jordan says, hi to you all. Tonya, you look gorgeous. Only 4 people have pressed the like, heart, and ha-ha button. Those are the people we love with all our hearts. The rest of you, you just get a tiny little fraction of our hearts. You haven't pressed the button. Oh, there are more people, but anyway. Pat's uncle says, love you all. Nikki Hart says, laugh out loud. The earth hasn't moved in years. Kirsty Jane Botha says, hello, all wishing your mum well done. Yeah. No, how many years? How many years? Be specific. How many years? You can't do that. How many years? Come and tell us how many. 4, 5, 2, 3. Sending prayers, Tonya. God is faithful. Yvonne Duplessis says hello. It's freezing in Durban.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's 20 degrees in Durban. We know. Anita Maynard says prayers for your mum, Tonya Curry, and for you. Alistair Risms.
Thank you, Anita.
Yeah, there we go. Una says Alistair Risms again. You know, I had a rule in the radio studio when I worked with a crew, because you bump into each other a lot. Whoever wants to talk next must put their finger up. And I think I'm going to start implementing that one.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear that, Alistair? Yes.
Otherwise,
See, it
I'm
works.
not going to get a word in edgeways.
It works. Pat's uncle says he doesn't talk to me. Alistair doesn't talk to Pat. I wonder what's wrong with Pat that Alistair won't talk to.
Nothing.
Oh, is it? Well, there's your first complaint. Audrey Trerick says, good afternoon, Tom and the army. Gail says, last
I've had
conversation.
my hand up for like half hour.
But it doesn't mean that I come to you immediately. When you put your finger up, it just means that I know when the next pause comes.
Which finger?
Sorry, that's terrible. Joined late, watched wrong. So Carol Hall, Tonya, we've missed you. We'll pray for you. Duran Fisher. Hey, Duran, my brother, says, hey, Tom. And Ina Suarez says, same prayers. All right. Sure. I mean, we haven't really said anything on the show yet. Yes, Tonya. You don't have to have it.
Thank you.
You don't have to put it in the screen. You don't have to put it like that.
Like this?
No. No, just a subtle
okay.
finger. Yeah. Yes. It's all yours.
I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That was overwhelming. That really was overwhelming. The love there. Thank you, guys. And I'm sure my mom and I know I do, and I'm sure my mom's downstairs right now with a tear in her eye. So thanks very much. That was overwhelming. Lots of love. Thank you.
Well, Mrs. Curry, we love you to the moon and back. And you haven't just got friends here. You've got Tom's army on your side. So know
Exactly.
that. All right. There are more prayers coming in, more wishes from PE, Rita Woolman, Wendy Kutzia's on board, and everyone is chatting. You can chat to each other in the comments section as well. Yeah, Alistair.
I wanted to say,
I don't know if this finger thing's going to work. I honestly don't know whether this finger thing's going to work.
Which depends on which finger, right? I just want to say, I'm thinking that Tonya is looking absolutely fabulous today.
Yes.
Did you cut your hair, Tonya?
Thank you.
Oh.
I didn't. I had a bath. It's my birthday, you know?
All right. She's
no,
clean.
but thank you, Al, for the lovely compliment. Wow, is this the Tom London show?
There's something wrong. The two of you aren't fighting. This is doesn't feel like home. All right. Yes.
I also just want to say, Tonya, Pick and Pay, the clothing department.
Here we go.
Have got specials on long sleeve T-shirts.
Here we go. Oh, he's been helpful. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, I must be honest. If we're going to open this topic, Pick and Pay clothing is definitely one of my favorite go-to places for clothing.
There we go. And I've got shares in Pick and Pay.
And they did that without even paying us. They didn't pay us a cent, Tom, for that sponsorship.
I know. I've bought 150 rands worth of Pick and Pay shares, and Sean Summers has lost me like $10 in the last month, so he better pull up his socks. That's all I got to say. Hey, Sean Summers, CEO, pull up your socks. We can't lose money like that. $7 over the last 30 days. Anyway, are you ready to meet Johan Botha?
Yes.
I am. All right.
Yes, bring some organization to this nonsense.
All right, let's talk about something substantial. Instead of Pick and Pay clothing T-shirts on special for whatever. All right, we'll be chatting with Johan Botha in just a moment. But before we do, I'd like to introduce you to Sips. She's got one heck of a personality, and she wants to tell you why you should be driving a Suzuki.
How's it, guys? This is Sips from Suzuki Rivonia. Today I want to talk about why Suzuki customers are happy customers. Because your repayments are affordable, it frees up money for you. Those breakfast mimosas that you've been wanting to go for with your friends, that trip that you've been thinking about, your nails, your hair, all done. And because our Suzuki vehicles are so comfortable, they give you less stress on the road. Because of Suzuki's legendary low fuel consumption, that means you can go places. go home, go see your friends, go somewhere new. So what are you waiting for? Join the Suzuki gang today. Come to Suzuki Rivonia and Suzuki Kailami, the home of happy customers.
Yeah, you guys speak to SIPS, Suzuki Rivonia. But listen, all the salespeople are wonderful. Suzuki Rivonia, Suzuki Kailami. And I think all you need is a test drive. And then you buy one.
Don't forget to tell them Tom sent you.
Thank you, Alistair. All right. Without much further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Johan Botha down in Bloemfontein. Hello, Johan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Great to meet you and to be here.
Yeah, Johan, I saw a shocked look on his face once or twice in the first 10 minutes. Did you know that you were joining dysfunctional people on the show today?
You know what? I feel a lot of love between you, so I picked that up, So,
do you know we've never been in the same room at the same time, the three of us? And I think that's the secret to our success. Yeah.
That's the secret. Absolutely, absolutely.
Punch Alistair, that's why.
Because Tonya would punch Alistair. We believe in spitting truth here. Oh, you should see the look on his face. Oh, okay.
You take my kneecaps off.
There we go. Okay. All right. Enough of you two.
It's the first time he heard that.
I warned you, Johan. Didn't I not warn you before the show? I'm going to have to pull the volume on their channels down. And if you hear voices in the background, don't worry about it.
That's fine.
It's so good to have you on the show. We chatted briefly last week. And then I went and took a look at the work you do. And look, this show's in the business of making people feel better, and we do it via building a community and spreading some kindness amongst ourselves. And that's the foundation of the Tom London Show, apart from all the little features and bits and pieces. But we're here to be kind. And part of that, I guess, is being kind to yourself. Now, for years, I heard people tell me, before you can love another person, you need to learn how to love yourself. And before you can tell another, you need to learn who you are. And you need to... And for a long time in my life, I did not know what that meant. It really made no sense to me. Especially that line of, you need to know who you are. And you need to be true to yourself, and you need to love yourself. And I would go, but hold on, I don't think I have a problem in that department. I really didn't for years and years and years. And it's probably a year or two ago, and it's always life-changing events for me. I mean, I've got to be dying on a hospital table somewhere before I realize I need to change my life. And I realized, you like that, Tonya? I realized that I had not been kind to myself. That even though I'd been single, alone, doing things my way, I actually had not been kind to myself. And I had pushed myself too far in a direction I didn't want to go. And I believe that there was a heavy price to pay for that. And that's my experience in life over my 52 years. Whenever I've gone down the road that I thought was the right one, eventually it lands up in a huge train smash for me. And I have this realization that that's not me and that's not what I need to be doing. And so I reverse and then try it all over again. Is that how we normally approach change, from a place of crisis in our lives?
We do. I think that, the world feeds you a lot of messages, and you get a lot of messages from media, people, having opinions about you. And as you go on, you kind of make that your reality at some stage. And usually, it kind of leads to a place of crisis or self-reflection, or something happening in your life or to someone you love, for you to take a step back and just to reevaluate where you are in your life. Is what people say about you really you? Is what the world tells you, tell you how to be like, really the way that you are, that you were born to function? And it's sad that we always wait, deep inside that something is not right, or you don't feel well, or you don't feel yourself. but you wait and you wait and you wait, and you have so many things to do, so many people to look after, or, when you have a family, you have to look after them. You don't look after yourself. And a lot of time it leads to a kind of a point where you can't go on anymore, where you crash. Boom.
How often does money have something to do with this?
A lot of, most times money plays a huge factor, because especially I think men, us men, we are the providers. We are there to look after parents or family or whoever, children. And when there's a financial problem, we kind of feel we can't do that, and you're not playing the role that you should be playing.
Is that not changing though, Johan? Because, 40 years ago, when I was 10 years old, that statement would have been almost 100% correct, I feel. But today you've got single mothers, you've got people alone raising families and children. Do you think that women are starting to, you're starting to see the same problems, but that we've always tried to separate men and women, but aren't we facing the same problems at the end of the day? Women are worrying about money, men are worrying about money, women are worrying about being successful, men are worrying about being successful.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when you're a single mother, you're basically playing, you have to provide, you have to be successful in what you do, you want to be a good mother. But I think when you talk to men, I think in us, we have that...
Is it biological
thing in us, yeah. We feel that we have to provide, we have to play that role. And definitely things are changing. I mean, the roles are changing. But I think whether you're a man or a woman, the role that you have to play when you are in a household or when you are single, having elderly parents, for example, you want to provide, you want the best for them.
Sure.
And then when finances, become a problem, it definitely will play a role. And not only in your life or in your, the way you think about things or the way you handle things, but also in the people that's in your house, in your circle of friends, in your community. So it kind of rolls out to them.
You see, when I think about money, the natural inclination is to think that the shortage of money brings on problems. But I want to flip the script on that and ask you what happens when there's an abundance of money, way too much or way more than you could ever spend. And perhaps you've been driven to be successful, and then you get there, and then there's a sense of dissatisfaction. Do you encounter that with people?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm glad you used the word driven, because we are driven by something. There's a reason that you do what you do. There's a reason why you're not happy with what you have. There's a reason why you talk the way you talk, act the way you act. So if you are driven by more, usually what happens is you look at other people. You don't take a step back and look at your own life and say, but this is what I have. I'm grateful for that. I'm content. When you live and you look at other people, when you go on social media, it's very strange if you take two opposite kind of examples. You take someone who's living in a flat, for example, someone who's working for a minimum wage. This is just an example.
Sure.
And you take someone who is rolling in the money. They've got a mansion, they've got a car, they've got the perfect life. But the other person is happy, content with what they have. They have what they need.
I can't tell you how many times I was happiest in a little room, like in one. Sometimes I look back at my life, and my happiest moments were in a small room. All right, let's bring Tonya in, because I know Tonya, she listens and then she gathers the questions. So you're ready. Here comes Tonya. All right, Tonya.
So, I thought we're still going to tell me some stuff. Like what I see Tom put on the title there that you're a scriver. I'm also a scriver,
yes.
I think.
Oh, really? Okay, awesome.
I think so. So, what is it? What is it that we're missing? Is it money? No.
No, I think it's
clarity of thought.
Oh, sorry. Just say that again.
Clarity of thought. Tonya was
clarity of thought.
Yes. I think, you know what I think? We get so caught up by expectations. When you look around and you see on television, you see advertisements, it's always more, more, more. You have to be more successful. You have to be more disciplined. You have to be more. So I think you get to a point where you lose touch with who you are, what makes you happy, what is enough for you. And you kind of follow, you want to keep up with the Joneses, you know, because you feel like if you don't do that, people are going to see you as a failure. You're going to feel like a failure. You set a lot of high expectations for yourself. But you don't take a step back and reassess who you really are, what makes you happy, what fuels you. Are you in the job that you want to be?
It's so hard to pin this particular point down because we naturally veer away from that. I'm thinking of my own circumstance, right? I live in Veltevreden Park. I live in a little 2-bedroom place, and I'm very happy here. I think the happiest I've been in many, many years. And then I have business goals and I have income goals, and I go, okay, well, I'm going to add so much to my income and I'm going to grow my business so much. And my mind automatically starts moving towards 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms en suite, a double garage. Okay, what am I going to put in the garage? Oh, I'd really love 2 Suzuki Jimny 5 doors, but I don't really need the 2s. And then lately I've found myself pulling the handbrake on those thoughts and asking myself the question, are you happy here? Yes. Why move? Are you happy with 1 car? Yes. Why have 2? I'm starting to ask myself those questions. Tonya?
I don't think you are asking those questions, Tom. You will still want your Learjet.
No, listen.
I'm teasing.
Well,
No, I want to come back to you, Hun, because you asked me a serious question.
Learjets, yes.
I know you love a Learjet.
Yeah.
Especially if it's wrapped in gold.
Lear 45. Anyway, carry on. Don't
really
tell all my secrets, yeah?
So, Johan, I think that Johannesburg is a trap.
Oh, boy.
Well, it was for me.
There we go.
Okay.
And what I did was I disconnected my laptop and I went to the place that I love best, doing the stuff I love best. I'm fortunate enough to have a remote business. I don't have a man who provides for me.
Thank you
sadly.
very much.
Be very nice if someone even thought of providing for me. In fact, I'm going to have to say this, Johan.
Here we go, Johan.
In my entire dating history, I've only had one man who actually had a lot of money because that wasn't something I thought out. But I must say, and I see in the comment section, I'm not alone, that this day and age, there's no man's man anymore.
Do you think so?
I'm sorry.
I think there's still some around.
I think, no, I'm sorry. Like,
really?
If there are, they're in the minority. I think that we are all on a level playing field. I think that if you have 2 people in a partnership, in a healthy marriage, then you have a 2-income household, maybe making it slightly easier to live, but not all that easier. And I think for people like me, I mean, I'm a single woman. I have been married twice. Both times I was the breadwinner. And I don't think money is that important. I think that money is an energy that you have to pick up and you have to use it for whatever it is you want to manifest in this world. And I honestly, like you, Tom, I could live in a shack as long as it was in Sedwana Bay and I could monitor the media for a living. But it took me 25 years to work that out. So I get what Johan's saying.
Yeah.
We put ourselves into far too much of these boxes, like the man is the breadwinner, like that. Those boxes are stupid. They are unnecessary. We do not have to drive. I saw the president today say, I'm sorry, I'm going to have a rant.
Here we go.
I
Put your
saw the
seatbelt on.
president today.
Yes.
I saw the president today to say that he started his driving life in a BMW. And today he still drives a BMW.
Okay.
Now,
well, he's lucky.
BMWs are the best cars on the road, maybe one or two.
I think it's
I am
Suzuki.
a massive
I think it's Suzuki. But anyway,
I'm a massive BM fan for that bracket.
Yeah.
BM's great. But me, I'm going to drive a Jimny and a GV for Island. What I'm trying to say is that box of the BMW, that box of the 2.5 children, that box of the white picket fence, all of that is unnecessary.
Except, Tonya, I'd counter with this, and that is when it comes to suicide rates and why the two genders decide to end their lives. With men, it often is that sense of failure attached to success or financial. There is that difference at that point. I'm not saying it's not changing, but I mean,
don't you think it's an older generation thing, though?
I don't know, but stereotypes and the way we've been conditioned, I guess, take generations to get out of the system, and so I wouldn't push that point too far out of the discussion, because I do think that that men, when we fail financially, we would rather be dead than fail financially. If I could,
I think,
and I don't know whether do women feel the same feelings.
I have had the only time I've had suicidal thoughts in my life is when I haven't been able to support myself.
I wonder whether it's got to do whether you've got masculine or feminine. It does not really, because I've pretty much got a lot of feminine. Am I masculine or feminine?
What are you saying? I'm a boy. Are you saying I'm a boy?
No, you're a girl, but I wouldn't fight you. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't fight me?
No, I wouldn't fight. You know, I've never fought you. I just step back. Anyway, all right. So she's falling off her chair. Let's accept that the pressure's on, and you're not feeling like you're in the right place for whatever reason. You're a man and you feel like you failed your family, or you're a woman and you think that the pressure is overwhelming, or whatever situation you might be in, and you realize this ain't working. Like Tonya said, 20 odd years to change. Me took 30 years to reach that moment to say, no, I'm going to do the things I want to do. I'm going to be the Tom I want to be. But how do you get there sooner? Or how do you even know today's the day I pull up the handbrake on my life and I redefine myself? How do you do that?
You definitely have to decide you want to do that, and then take a step back and see where you are in your life. Is that where you want to be?
Or do you start with questions?
You want to be?
Do you start with questions? Do you ask yourself questions?
You do. I encourage my clients to start asking more questions. Am I where I want to be? Am I the person who I want to be? Do I treat other people like I want to be treated? Do I treat my family the way that I should? So to reassess yourself and your life is so vital, actually, because remember, you get so caught up by everything that you go on autopilot a lot of times, and you just carry on day after day after day, and then you can't understand, why are you feeling so empty? Why is nothing giving you fire anymore? Why are you not excited about stuff anymore? And yes, there may be lifestyle changes that you have to make. I think that's part of this anyway, but you have to take a step back and give a bird's eye view on your life and just see where are you at this stage. You know, I'm 48 years old. Am I where I want to be? Well, I've started doing what I actually was put on earth for at a very late stage in my life. But it took me also about 10, 20 years to figure out, why am I here? And it all happened when I kind of took a step back and reassessed and asked myself, am I being fueled by what I'm doing at the moment.
It's so hard, though, Johan. You know, when I think it's the hardest is when you are the most successful and unhappiest at the same time, because you've got all the success that you've made, and I've had it in my life.
Yes.
I often tell my friends the story, and Tonya knows. 12 years ago, 13 years ago, I was living in De Zalze Winelands estate in Stellenbosch in a 6-bedroom house with a view of 2 kilometers of vineyards and sports cars in the garage and flying up and down and doing all sorts of crazy things. It got to this financial and material point in my life that I'd always wanted to get to. I was a young boy in Springs, was at Milliefield at the end of my road. And to go from there to opening big businesses and having this big life, I thought that was going to define me and make me happy. And that's when I was at my unhappiest. And I could never understand. I used to put an iPod on the trip to Joburg and Cape Town. And whenever Both Sides Now, that song Both Sides Now played, I would cry.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I would cry every single time. I'd cry 4 times a week when that song, and I could never work out why and then one day I realized, as we flew over Sutherland, beginning the descent into Cape Town, I'd rather be there living someone else's life than the one I'm busy creating for myself. And that was the catalyst. I turned my back on everything to try and find myself again. It's easy to do when you're single like me. It's hard to do when you have the commitments you talk about. So you're a father or a mother or perhaps 2 people. I mean, it's not unlikely that both people in a union or a marriage are both unhappy and both want to redefine themselves. And you may be in that situation, but now you've got kids to look after and you've got a bond to pay and everything is just so much more difficult. How do you help people who are in that situation? Because to me, that would be overwhelming. For me, I got 2 birds. Bird seed is $30. I can buy a soup pack for $20 and survive 2 days, but not when you got 4 kids.
That is more complicated, but I think that's where the family unit is so important. Where you and your wife, or whoever is in the family, should really work as a team, and it takes time. Remember, you have to work at it, because if you have that kind of the realization in your life and in your marriage, and you know that there is a next level, and you know that you can kind of rise to where you want to be. You can't do it on your own. It takes teamwork. It's a process, but both of whoever's in the house should be willing to do that and should want to do that.
As I listen to you, the thing that I'm picking up is asking questions once again. Asking questions, and not just questions of yourself. I look at relationships I've been in the beginning, you ask each other a lot of questions. What's your dream holiday? How would you like to live? If money wasn't an object, what would you do? And you ask each other these kind of questions when you start dating and you're trying to learn about each other. But 10 years on, you're not asking those questions anymore. So the thing that I'm picking up from you here, the most valuable piece of information I've got so far today is ask yourself those questions daily if you have to. And if you're in a relationship or even a business with somebody, keep asking yourself those questions amongst each other so that you can find some kind of commonality. Otherwise, you just drift apart as you try and find yourselves. Alistair's been very quiet, and I think we should ask him if he's got a question. I know, it scares all of us. You don't understand. All right, here we go. All right, Alistair, you're on.
Okay. Johan, my it's more of a statement than a question. It's how you handle those transitions. When you have a moment of crisis in your life, it's how you handle that defines the success that you achieve in that. It's like when you're traveling with Waze or with Google Maps open and you turn left instead of turning right on the route. The maps doesn't go, why did you do that? Go back the way you went. It says recalculating.
I think Alistair's just.
I like that.
There we go. Are you describing your life?
That's actually
just about
You should become a slaver like us.
Yes, you are.
That's actually awesome, because it's never too late. It's never too late. to change things, But it's what Alistair said, it's what you do with the situation you have. You can't control what happens around you. You can't control what other people do. You can't control situations you don't even know about. But what do you do when it happens? How do you navigate that? How do you handle that? And I always talk about high energy and low energy. So are you going to handle that in a low energy manner or a high energy manner? Meaning that low energy, am I going to get run to the wrong stuff to help me to cope? High energy, am I going to assess the situation, see that there's a process to follow, and get help where I need help, reach out to the right people when I have to? Or am I going, because a lot of people, what happens, and I see that a lot, they are going into they run into the house, they lock the door, and they stay there.
That's me.
And they don't reach out. So that's very dangerous at the end. But
I know.
What do you do with what happens in your life? It's like a puzzle. There's a lot of loose pieces, but what do you do with the pieces? Are you sitting, taking time, looking for the right spot to fit them into, or do you allow overwhelm? And I know it's easier said than done. Yeah. I know that. I see that. I've been there. But do you allow the overwhelm, the stress, the panic, the whatever happens to overwhelm you, and do you become a prisoner of that?
Well, let me ask you.
Do you make that your reality? Do you function from that point?
Let me ask you this. You talk about being overwhelmed, and we've used the word a few times in the conversation today. And for me, and I guess for many people, the feeling of being overwhelmed is like a wave coming at you. You can see it coming, you can feel it coming, and the wave is higher than your head. So when it comes crashing onto you, it's all encompassing, and it's to try and think logically becomes very, very difficult. How do you, like you personally, how do you deal with that wave that's approaching you?
Well, I'm still struggling sometimes to deal with that wave. It's not something that you kind of are not affected by anymore, as you go on. But what I in the past, what I did was I became numb. I couldn't function. I couldn't think logically. I couldn't see a process in what was happening. Until I learned, because I got my own coach as well. So I've learned a lot of stuff, and there, he taught me ways that when you feel the overwhelm coming, your body reacts to that, your mind reacts to that.
Sure.
That's like a red light going on. Lots of times we just run into it. We just go with the feeling, and it's a feeling. Everything that you experience is a feeling. So if you go with that feeling and you just, like a wave, it got spit out on the sand, you're going to end up there and not know what to do with it because you don't have tools to use. So what I learned was, first of all, and I'm just going to give 2 or 3 examples. First of all, not to become a prisoner of the feeling, to step back from the feeling, to acknowledge it, you acknowledge it, and you acknowledge what you feel, but not to kind of go with it. So you step back, you become calm. You think of a white wall, or you go for a walk, just do something different or do something else. And then when you are calm, you can start thinking clearer, and then sit and take a piece of paper, write down, what is causing this overwhelm? Why am I feeling like this? Am I saying yes to too many things? Are there too many family problems currently? What is the cause? Because when you know what causes this, it gives you a sense of control almost,
What about things What about things you can't control?
No, please.
There's some things you can. Some things you can control through dialogue and mediation and conversation. But some things are just, they seem to be cast in stone. And I'm talking about family relationships here. There isn't a family that I know that doesn't have a problem between one person and another one somewhere. And it will never seem to ever, you could never change it. So what do you do when you're sitting in front of a situation where no matter how much you want to feel like you've got control, you actually don't, and you can't change the situation. It is what it is.
Well, once again, acknowledge that. I can't control this situation. We can't control everything. But I did what I could do. Let's take relationships for an example. If you have a problem in your relationship.
All right, let's use Tonya. Tonya's our guinea pig. Okay. Off you go, Penny
Let's
Gig.
use me as an example, or my mom.
Yeah.
Or my mom. So this cancer diagnosis has come completely out of the blue. There is no cancer history. It's something we would never have expected to happen. Okay, and I'm finding it very, very difficult to navigate through the waters. And I've been using two rules, this too shall pass, and surrender to the process. But I'm not coping. Tell me how you'd help me cope. I'm sure my mom's not coping either.
Yeah.
Of course. Look, it's a big thing, and it's a big it's a situation, like you said, out of the blue. So there's no way that I can tell you, listen, relax, don't worry, think this too shall pass, like you said.
Yeah.
But I think what we must do is to acknowledge what's happening. First of all, this is happening. Yes. No, I did not expect this. This is how I feel about what is happening. Okay, I acknowledge that.
Terrified.
So now, so the logical next step is, what do we do now? Okay, so we need medical procedures to happen. Yes. We need help, right?
Yes.
Whatever comes from that.
Show up for that.
We handle that. Yes. So it's fine to feel helpless. It's fine to, that's a human feeling that we all feel. But give yourself time to process that. A lot of people, they jump into work, or they want to stay busy. They don't want to feel like they do. But
it doesn't work.
I think, Tonya, if I were in your shoes, and I can't say that. I can't say if I were actually in your shoes, because I don't know how that is. Sure. I had skin cancer years ago, and I had to get operated. That's the closest I came to that. Yeah. But even when I got diagnosed with that, I had to take a step back. You become numb. You don't think anything. You don't feel anything. You don't know what to do. But I had to take a step back.
I'm a control freak, Johan. Like as I'm sure you could tell within the first 3 minutes of meeting me,
nothing.
That I am. I run my own businesses, so I like to control my environment. I do. I make no apologies for that. So, like with mom, even my own disorders, there's no control whatsoever. The best control I have is to take her to that doctor, and for me to go to that doctor. That's all the control I have. How do you help us breathe through that? I mean, I'm a believer. I'm a religious person. So I believe 1,000% this is written for me. This is written for my mom. And we have to step forward with faith. But it's very hard to catch your breath.
No, absolutely. And remember, your lives are changing now at a pace. But if you are a control freak, like you say, I think, it's like a habit we have. It's like what we want to be in control. We want to know what to do next. And I can give a little exercise if you want. You can try that if you want something practical. I don't know. You can let me know if it did something for you. But I will. Try to when you feel that sense of frustration rising up in you because you are not in control of this, It's a physical thing and a psychological thing. So close your eyes. Imagine you are in a place where you feel safe and warm and you have no problems.
Under the water.
And that sends a message to your brain and to your body. You relax, and you'll find that when that happens, it's like the mind opens. And it opens up, and you think clearer. You can assess the situation a little bit better. Don't tell yourself, I'm a control freak. You are Tonya. You're not a control freak. You are Tonya. You are in this situation, and you have to now take it step by step, day by day. You've got to be there for mom. You have to be the shoulder she needs, but you also need care. So be kind to yourself.
Yes. Thank you.
There's nothing. Sorry, is that Alistair?
No.
I heard a voice. Okay, sorry. I hope it's your voice. It's other ones.
No.
Be kind to yourself. You know, you are not. You are not a control freak. You are Tonya in this situation. And try that little exercise once a day, or whenever you feel that kind of tension building up. You know, just go to that place. And this is a crash course I'm giving you, and there's more to it. But
thank you.
Go to that place where you feel calm, safe, and nothing worries you. If it's at the beach, go there. If it's in the forest, go there or whatever. But just feel what it's doing to your body. Mm.
Yeah.
And function from that place. You know, function from that place.
I'm trying to think where my calm place is. I think it's the Palm Court Super Spa. So the fruit and veg section at the Palm Court Super Spa. So I was wondering how we were going to explain the kind of work that you do, and then you gave us a practical demonstration there. Thank you, Johan.
That was amazing, Johan. Thank you very much.
I hope it makes sense.
It did.
It did. It's useful. Thank you very much. Really. You can play it again, Tom. Thank you. Yes. And a drum roll from Daryl, if you don't mind.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's go through the comments quickly before we finish up with Johan today. We got, it's 20 degrees C with a real feel of 22. In other words, freezing in KZN, says Mandy. Karen Eva says, hi, Tom and the gang. Welcome back, Tonya. Tom, you created a school class now with your finger thing. Neaman. I don't know what, that's so long ago now. Tom still needs a haircut. Yeah, I organized a hairstylist yesterday. Yay! So I'll be going, by next week's show, I think I'll have new hair. Pat's uncle says my favorite shop too, Tonya, that's Pick and Pay Clothing. Anita also loves Pick and Pay Clothing. We're going way back to the start of the show here. Alistair Jameson is our discount clothing store guru on the show. Anybody wanting to get clothes on a tight budget, Alistair can advise you, says Gail Mortensen. That he can. Suzuki was great. We had a rental. It was fantastic, says Anita. Hello, Johan. Nice to meet you, says Margaret Guider. Alistair Jameson, yay, looks mega cool. Hello, Johan, says Pat Sunkel. Hello, Johan, says Emily. Hello, Johan, says Marlene. Welcome to the Nut House, says Karen Eva. Welcome, Johan. Welcome to Tom's Army, says Heather. I am never kind to myself. I never, ever put myself first, says Anita. What do you say to that?
Well, Anita, we have to talk.
but Johan, can I just, I was throwing curveballs, right? I've met people in my life, like grandmother, put everyone in front of herself her whole life and was happy to. That was her thing in life, was to put the family first, put the and she like died happy. So I don't know, I'm never kind to. It depends whether you're happy with that or not, does it?
Yeah. I think I don't know your gran at all, but I think if she was happy in that role that she fulfilled,
she was.
She felt, and that's good. That's good.
She wasn't I always have to put myself. That was my parents were like that. We have to put ourselves before you, bloody children. No, my grandparents they had a different attitude. They were like, no, we love to put everyone first.
And I do think she took time for herself as well.
Oh, she did, yeah. No, you're right.
Moments.
Oh, so is that where you headed here with Anita? Is that where you headed? Find your own little moments.
You do. You need that. But I think, Anita, you need to learn how to do that because you've become so used to putting everyone else first and kind of neglecting yourself in certain areas that you kind of need to be reminded on how to do that again, to rediscover your own passions and your own fire within you, to know who is Anita? Why is she here? And it's fine to look after whoever you have to look after and be there for them and put them first when they have to be. But don't neglect yourself because if you crash, who's going to be there to do that for them?
Good point.
So it's like a battery. If the battery's empty, then what? Nothing will work. So yeah, but I was like that. Look, I was like that for a long time. I ran around helping, looking after people, doing what I have to do, and then I crashed. Boom. And I had nothing left because I didn't look after myself. I didn't know where to now, what I have to do to get up and go again. How can I function as me? And I had to learn that. I had to learn to do that.
So this is your wake-up call, Anita.
I'm very glad I did.
Yeah, start today. Start doing one little thing for yourself today. Otherwise, we'll call the cops on you.
Yes. There you go.
Right.
Bel die polisie.
Ja, ek sal die polisie bel. And they'll take you to you never do anything for yourself jail. Johan, let's see what else we got here. You learned a lot about yourself in a short time, especially since your hospital stay, Tom. Well done. Thank you, Margaret. I do think I learned a lot. That's right, says Margaret. It usually takes a crisis to find yourself in life. I'm not kind to myself, says Marlene, for over 20 years, and I don't believe in self-love. I don't believe in self-love.
No,
Why?
you have to go.
Question is why?
Yeah, well, let's ask that question and see if it comes up.
If you don't believe in that, why? Did you ever ask yourself why? How do you feel when you say that? What's the feeling that you get when you say that?
All right. Well, we'll see if Marlene answers us. Okay, let's go.
See, but
Margaret says, life has changed 180 degrees regards money for men and women over the last 40 years. There have been seismic changes. Lots of money can cause lots of trouble, including divorces, says Margaret. Una says, my dad is a role model in being a provider as a man. Unfortunately, some men expect the women to bleed themselves dry, contribute financially as they are convinced women. Those are boys who haven't grown into men, those ones. And I, as a man, I'm the first to point them out. Those are the boys that can't look after you or look after anybody. They haven't grown into men yet. Margaret Guider says, I'm so sorry. I feel, what else we got here? Pride is the root of it all. Pride. I don't know if it was the root. Is it the root evil of it all?
Well,
the root of it all?
that plays a big part.
Being proud?
That plays a big part. Being proud, not asking for help, thinking you can do everything, knowing that you can't and hiding that.
It makes sense.
Like
I couldn't breathe at midnight.
cycle.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe at midnight, and I thought I can't wake anybody up, and so I waited till 7 o'clock in the morning because I was too proud to ask for help at 2 o'clock in the morning. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Come on, don't you ever do that again.
I won't. I learned my lesson. Next time I'm shouting, Barry, out the window.
There you go,
Moira LaRue says we have a small, still voice in the solar plexus that will tell you straight away when you're on the right or wrong direction. You need to list long before the crash. Sharon says every human wants to be acknowledged. It's just how humans are. Rejection is what humans cannot contain. Yeah, that's a big one. Rejection. Hey, Johan.
That is.
That hurts.
You feel
rejection stings.
It hurts. Of course. But it's what you do with that feeling and that rejection that you get.
Get them back.
But it hurts.
Don't take my advice. Don't take my advice.
Low energy.
Oh, was that be low energy?
Motivation there.
Okay, sorry about that. Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, that was the wrong thing to say. Okay, but so often that's where we go. I'm going to get them back. I'll get them back. They were nasty to me. I'll be nasty to them.
And where does that get you?
Oh, broken friendships, end of relationships, businesses falling apart, etc., etc.
Burn the bridge.
Burn the bridges.
Chuck the whole
You see,
thing on the fire.
Tonya and I have still got some. Tonya and I have still got some bad habits to get rid of, but I'm pretty much gone with that. That one's pretty much gone. I don't seek revenge anymore.
I don't have any bridges left, mate. I don't know about you.
No. Every day I remind myself, don't repay unkindness with unkindness. So don't what you perceived as a slight, don't return the favor. You know, and that's the easiest way to stop problems. Is just stop it at the door.
Well, Tom, I can ask you maybe, what do you do to keep your peace? You know, and that's what you said now.
Oh, yeah.
If you fuel a fire with fire, what's it going to do to you? You know, if you want to get back at them, what's going to happen to you? So how do you keep your peace? And then from where are you functioning? From a place of peace or from a place of anger?
I've learned it. I mean, 5 ex-girlfriends or more, I can't count anymore. And so, and I realized at some point in my life, not so long ago, unfortunately, that that peace in friendships, in relationships, in communities is a very valuable commodity, and it's something we don't fight for. We fight. When we fight, we don't fight for peace. When we fight to break everything. And I've learned that lesson, and so I've become very good at being peaceful in difficult situations. I mean, a doctor shouted at me 10 days ago, and I didn't even shout back, and that is a miracle.
That is a miracle.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Johannesburg's got many good people. Yeah, I love Joburg. You see,
no, I love Joburg. Listen, don't get me wrong. I did see that, and I'm not having a pop at Joburg. It could be New York. It could be any big city.
Tonya,
that big city attitude.
She got out of
like,
that.
ooh.
Big city life. Agree, Tonya. I've always had to be the provider to my own detriment, says Nikki. Societal boxes conditioning it's so wrong, says Helen. I could also live in a shack in Saudi, says Una. There's a fellow scuba diver. What do we got here? Any car for me, as long as it's small and reliable, I'm happy. Suzuki, tell them Tom sent you. No matter how much you get, you always want more. Your identity is in your creator. That's a big thing, I think, that we're never really satisfied. That's something you have to fight. Because we're predisposed to want more, I think, as human beings, and too much of anything is no good. So you have to temper your enthusiasm. How important is faith in all of this? Tonya's mentioned it. You and I chatted briefly about it before this interview. I just use Alistair as an example. He has no faith, the poor man, and he's muted himself as well. So whatever he said there, we didn't hear. I think. What's that?
I have not muted myself.
Oh, there you are. All right. So now we're just going to use you as an example. You're our second guinea pig. All right. So Tonya has faith. We got different faiths, but we both have faith. But Alistair, he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe when he's gone, the lights get switched off, and that's the sad ending for him. How do you help someone who doesn't have faith? Because I know that you work with faith as well in all of this. What do you do with a tough case? You thought Tonya was tough. Let me introduce you to this man.
Well, you know what? You can't make anyone believe. And I never force anybody to believe, the way that I believe. Yes. But what you can do is from the place that you function. So from the place, let's take a practical example again. So Alistair, from the place I function, I will come to you in love. I'll come to you with the honest motivation to help you in whatever your situation is. And I will teach you the practical tools to use. And you you believe in things. You hold on to things. You put your trust in things, right? Even if it's in yourself or if it's in maybe someone else, or, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but somewhere inside of you, you've got someone that you look up to, or someone, who played a big part in your life, and you want to honor, basically, or maybe honor the memory of. So I will kind of help you when you are in a tough situation and you don't know what to do, to give you the practical tools to do that. and to just, once again, rediscover who you are and your capabilities and what you can do when you've maybe lost faith in yourself.
I think he's doing all right on that
if
front.
that makes sense,
Have you got? Is that who you have faith in your own ability and the way?
I've always done it my own way, kind of.
We know that. We know that. We know.
I've always had.
He is Mr. My Way.
Yeah. Frank Sinatra was always a theme tune in my life.
So, hold on, let me ask you the question. Do you ever have moments where you're overwhelmed and self-doubt and all of that stuff, and have I gone the right direction?
Oh, yeah, always. Constantly.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like a big deal to you.
No.
Why? Because you've done it so many times?
No, let me quickly run a bit of my history for you. When I went to high school, I was sent to boarding school. I was alone at boarding school. There was no mommy and daddy to do things for me.
The Tom London.
Sorry, yes. I was looking for that one. Boo. Sorry, I was looking for that button. Yeah. Oh, shame, man. Yeah.
When I was in high school, my dad gave me a book by Norman Vincent Peale, Think and That's the Way It Will Happen. The Power of Positive Thinking.
So have you been using that all your life?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we don't need to help Alistair then.
Whether it's... No, I don't know, but you can't help me. Any situation, there has to be a good side and a bad side. Choose the good side.
All right. There we go. See? Oh, well, he's all right. It's Tonya and I that, we rely on each other. Tonya and I, we do the 3-legged race every night at 7.
Exactly.
He's all right. He's a lone ranger, old Alistair. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na, with his book. And he's fine.
Alistair, I want you to think about, and this is actually, we don't have time, to explain this, but I want you to think about high energy and low energy as well, because positive and negative thinking. Have you ever, maybe you haven't, I'm taking a chance here. Have you ever had a situation where you try to force yourself to think in a positive way? Well, not really.
I suppose at some point there must have been a case where I had to think positively. Yes.
And then, how did you feel when you kind of forced yourself to think in a positive? Remember, it's a crap situation you're in now.
He's going to say he felt positive. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
I've been through a lot of, as you say, crap situations in my life. I left home, as I said, at 13 or 14. I never basically went back. I came home from high school. I went to the army. I was in the army for 2 years. I came home from the army and basically went out into the world on my own.
And from there, he was riding bicycles between Rustenburg and Joburg to meet women, and his life just took a serious adventure, hey? I don't know. I think Alistair's just naturally, I think he's just predisposed to be like, okay, let's get on with it. But most of us are not. Most of us are like, oh, no, do we have to? Listen, Johan, this hour's gone by so quickly, and the only reason I'm going to cut the conversation shorter than I'd like to is I've got devices on batteries that will switch off, and somebody will get brutally shut down. I'm not sure who would go first. But all these little tips and tricks you've been giving us today, and this advice you've been giving, my guess is, this is what your life has become. Is that right? You help people. How do you help people? What are the different ways you help people?
You know what? I'm always careful to say I help people. I'd rather say I guide people. I'm like that when you're on a boat and the sail kind of guides which direction you should go. I'm like that. So I will guide you to rediscover what you already have in yourself, but what you think you've lost. So we'll unpack the cupboards again, dust off what you already have, and start using it again. So you really have all the answers in you already. But because of life or whatever happened to you, you buried it away in a cupboard somewhere, and you're not using it.
And how do you do that?
Self-confidence, whatever.
Is that online sessions or how?
Yeah, it can be online sessions or it can be in person. But online is yes, I do a lot of online sessions, and I also do courses, from time to time. So yeah.
And how do people get hold of you, Johan?
They can go to Facebook, and there's a new page that we've opened when my book came out. So it's in Afrikaans, Johan Botha Skrywer. And they'll find the email address and a contact number on that Facebook page.
Lekker. Johan, thanks for doing this interview in English. If it was the other way around, we would all be stuffed, I promise you. You'd be the only one sounding good.
I tried my best.
Drum roll for Johan. Johan, please. 2 drum rolls. 3 drum rolls for Johan Botha. Ladies and gentlemen, Johan Botha has been our guest. Find him, Johan Botha Skrywer, on Facebook. I've enjoyed that. You enjoy it, Tonya?
Yeah, very much. Thank
Alistair,
you.
do you enjoy that? Sorry?
Thank you,
Loved
guys.
every minute.
Loved every minute. All right. Well, thank you. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the comment section. We encourage all our guests to go back and watch this video on Facebook, because it doesn't look anything like what you saw. It's actually looks quite good. Because Johan just stares at me for an hour and he doesn't know what's on the screen. So go back and look at it. Perhaps take a look at the comment section as well, Johan. There's a lot of comments here today. And thank you very much. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your input.
You.
And we really we appreciate your caring. When Tonya said, I am a control freak, you just cared for her. That was so nice. So there we go.
Precious.
That was precious.
Yeah, Tonya. You are Tonya. You are not a control freak. You are Tonya.
But she is. Just a little bit. No, I'm joking. Okay. That's it. She's Tonya from now on. Thank you, Johan.
Tonya.
And hopefully not the last time we speak to you. You're welcome on the show anytime.
Thank you.
You're now part of the Tom's army,
you.
whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
So, lekker day in Bloemfontein today. How's Bloem today? Cold?
It's better. Yesterday was cold.
Okay.
But
cold.
It's getting better. So we'll probably have a cold one tomorrow again. We get it on and off. So
we wish you warm weather ahead, and thank you for your time and your caring, and we hope to speak to you again soon. Cheers, Johan. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Johan Botha. You can find him on Facebook, Johan Botha Skrywer. We'll be back to say goodbye, and I'm sure there'll be some conversation between Alistair, Tonya, and myself. But first, Yvonne Walhutter from Suzuki Rivonia and Suzuki Kailami has a deal on a Grand Vitara for you.
Hi, I'm Yvonne, and I've got 2 amazing deals for you. First up is the Suzuki Grand Vitara. Packed with features and made for the South African road. I've got 1 unit available for $329,900. Next up, the Suzuki Baleno 1.5 GLX manual. It's got all the creature comforts you could want, and we've got a handful of units available at $289,900. So don't delay, come and see us today at Suzuki Rivonia and Suzuki Kailami, the home of happy customers.
It's the Time London Show on a Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. is when we go live, but we don't mind if you watch it at 3 a.m. in the morning. Just smash that like, heart, sad, outraged, angry, or whatever button you want. As long as you druk die knoppie, Poppy, then you are a friend of ours. If not, you're the enemy. I mean, an enemy. Yeah, if you don't press the button, then you're an enemy and no one likes you.
An enemy.
That's right. You're my enemy now. Lots of loves and prayers for your mom, Tonya. Lots of people saying... Thank you guys for a great chat. Tonya Curry, we love you. We're praying for you and your mom. Thanks for a great show that we learned from. Thursday, we've got Greg Norman, one of South Africa's best artists, coming on the show. We'll be showing off his artwork, and also we'll be explaining to you why Greg needs an operation on his eyes, because he can't keep painting his lacquer paintings if he's got cataracts and torn retinas and things. So Greg Norman, we're going to help fix Greg Norman. We're going to take one of South Africa's top artists on Thursday. He only needs about 10 grand, like 10K to go, and he can get both his eyes done, right? He's got one covered already financially, then there's another one he's 12K short. I'm sure we can do it. So Thursday is end of the month. We'll be asking you for money because we don't want to see one of South Africa's top artists go blind. Do you?
Bring your checkbook.
No.
Bring your checkbook on Thursday. What else you got to say? Thanks, Johan. Goodbye. People enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed today's guest. That's nice. You're going to love Greg Norman. I think he's even going to come into the studio. Broken people need to be healed. I really enjoyed today. Thank you, Tom's Army, and thank you, Johan. Johan, you look like just the right person to guide others. As we say, we have the answer. He's got the temperament, hey. Because Tonya can test someone's temperament with the questions, and he came out. He came out all right, hey. I was watching. I'm like, ooh, I know she's gonna. She's going to and see what happens. And he just met you with love. I thought, wow, this guy knows what he's doing with women.
He's a hell of an ass bloke.
It was a honey. Yeah. Okay, prayers for Tonya. And your mom says, Karen.
Thank you, guys. Means so much.
Johan needs to be on once a month, please. Such a wonderful chat today. Thanks so much, Johan. Everyone's saying thank you to Johan. Alistair,
put him and Viv on together.
Yeah, here we go. Alistair, you are an inspiration. That's from Anita. Wow. Is that one of the ladies you chat to?
Well, occasionally.
Thank you very much.
Right. We build in the list of... Now, do you think when one hears another one's name, they're like, I didn't know that. He was chatting to...
I was feeling special.
Feeling special.
But now there's like 2 or 3 of them, maybe even more.
I'm not special.
I'm not the only one anymore.
That's right. I was in a boarding school as well. But unlike Alistair, Jesus came to her and showed Sharon his love. Alistair's just facing darkness.
Huh?
Well, you said it. When the lights go out for you, it's just dark. Nothing. Darkness. That's your future.
Fact is that.
What did you say?
But it is true. I mean, you did say that, Al.
What did you?
No.
He's happy.
I'm not denying it. I said it.
No, he's fine with it.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Dust. That's where we came from. That's where we go back to.
That's it. Can't argue with that. Faith is extremely important in helping you find it.
Sorry. I'm sorry. But that quote, ashes to ashes and dust to dust,
it means
literally comes from the Bible.
Yeah, I haven't wanted to point that out.
How many sayings that we have today don't come from the Bible?
I know. And did you know that St. Thomas is the patron saint of buildings and architecture? There we go. There's a biblical fact for you, seeing that we fling our Bible around. Hi, Tom and the team. Christine, two evils don't make a right. Always be humble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all agree on that. The Christian, the Muslim, and the atheist.
The what? The Christian, the Muslim, and the atheist.
We all agree.
That's true.
I love that we agree with each other from time to time and that we all love each other.
We don't always agree on everything.
This show should be an example to the world on how we can all join hands and beat China's. I mean, look at the comment section.
South Africa.
Be what?
South Africa? Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
We can all join hands and be what?
Countries be nice to each other, I think it was.
I don't remember. Okay.
All right.
Let it go.
Yeah, there we go.
Moving on.
All right. I think that's it for the day. We gone?
Maybe hard.
Viv for Mark is on the line. She wants to know if we can do the dismotivational her monthly next week. So we're cool. We got Viv on next week.
I'm in.
All right, cool. I'm in.
Viv.
Okay. Thursday, Greg Norman joins us. Tuesday or Thursday next week, Viv will join us, and there'll be more that will happen on the show. Thank you for joining us on the Tom London Show. This show doesn't, if it was just Alistair, Tonya, and I talking to each other, there would be a fight. But thankfully, you're here, and I think it's you that keeps us grounded. And I think it's you that keeps us coming back every Tuesday and Thursday. And I think it's you that we love. Well, if you pressed the knoppy, Poppy, but if you didn't, well, we just mildly, like lukewarm love for you. All right, from Alistair Jameson in Germiston.
Don't forget to make it a double.
From Tonya Curry from acumenmedia.net. She watches the news so you don't have to. She knows everything that's going on everywhere.
Thank you, everybody, for today.
And from me, I don't know who I am. I'm confused now. I've got to go lie in the bath now and think about it.
Uh-oh.
As Tonya said, the jet thing, and that triggered me. And I haven't been thinking about
the
a
what
jet.
Thing?
The jet. I was just thinking. I was just thinking about a 3-bedroom townhouse here in Veltervreden Park, 2 bedrooms fine, a chimney in the garage, and I'm fine. And that's where I was going. And then you said Learjet, and now all of a sudden I want to build a listed company. So let me go and talk.
And then I added gold.
Yeah, let me go like Patrice Motsepe is. Yeah. Let me go.
Why don't you paint it royal blue with gold stripes?
No, stop it. You're encouraging me. I need to go have a bath and demotivate myself. Please. I'll pop up on your timeline. Stop it now. Hold on. You know what? Brutal shutdown. There hasn't been one for a while. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, Alistair. Brutal shutdown. Call ended. Goodbye. He's done.
Wow.
That's the Scorpios in us come out. We go, yeah, sting, zap, zap, zap. All right, let me go demotivate myself. All right, ciao. Chat to you later. And I'll pop up in one of our midnight chats that people are starting to latch on to, and we'll just talk nonsense for an hour or so while I lie in bed. You can join. I'll pop up on your screen. Okay.
You enjoy that, will you?
Yeah. Take it easy. The Tom London Show is brought to you by Suzuki Rivonia, the home of happy customers. Tell them Tom sent you.